What do you think about the Cardi situation and Offset? Do you think she gave him enough chances?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
I love me some Cardi.
I love Cardi too. She crazy as hell.
I love that she was able to just leave that alone.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like sometimes it's like a light bulb that goes off in your head as a female. Like, you know your worth and you're just like, all right, I'm standing on it. So, you know, they had their own problems in their relationship, but she realized her worth and she left that alone.
You think she finally hit? Every woman has that breaking point where they hit
yeah.
it. But some people ignore it. Some women ignore it.
I feel like she did ignore it.
Yeah.
She's had continuous times where she's ignored it.
So the check light engine was on, but she finally was like, it's time to get this fixed.
Something ignited it, and she just had that courage.
And it hurts too, cause she got a richer nigga, and he's an athlete.
Yes, that loves her down. Do you see that?
And I only love her down, Steph. He's a wide receiver. That boy can go for a minute running down the field. So you know he goddamn.
Okay.
Offset sick. I seen that boy in the gym lifting 45 pounders.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. So you think that Offset had ample amount of time to get his family back?
Yeah, he did. But he's not. He trying to keep it with the Joneses. He wanna still be outside, but keep Cardi on lock. Like no. That's not how it works.
How would you react if you seen though her new man, which is Stephon Diggs for the Patriots, have another woman call him daddy? Was that normal, or you think it's just joking matter? She cool with it, but I don't think I could get away with some shit like that.
I don't know.
Like what's my name, and they're like daddy.
I don't know if I like that.
69 million does change the discussion, but then again, she got her own. She got her own 6 mil money though, so it's like.
Yes, I don't know how I feel about that, to be completely honest. I feel like that was a little bit of a stretch, but you also don't know the dynamic of
their relationship.
I
like that. Because I posted something earlier, like, mind your business, because swerving into other people's lane, that's how you fuck up your car. My boy ESTG said that, so I always stay in my lane. We talk about it, but we going to still mind our business.
Yes.
So that leads me to this, too. So in relationships, is it true that like women automatically, when they're checked out, like they already know who they're moving on next to? Not saying they automatically will move on next with somebody, but they have an idea. Is that true, you think?
Yes. And I will say that because let's not be naive. Like you could be dating somebody, you can be in a relationship with somebody, but people in this day and age just don't respect relationships. You feel me? So like there's always somebody trying to take that spot. There's somebody that's always trying to, one up that person that you're with. So say if I'm in a relationship and things are going good, but this person's like, yo, Steph, like, I got you flowers, or, let me take you out the country, or whatever the case may be. Like they're coming with higher standards than the person that you're dealing with.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, okay, if this don't work out, then I know you're going to bring pressure because you've been bringing pressure while I've been in this relationship.
Like you've been here consistently.
Right, exactly.
And then you're dealing with the inconsistency of what you're dealing with now.
Exactly.
So basically, I agree. I think men are kind of the same way too. I think they have an idea. Men might be worse because
men are definitely worse.
Yeah.
But women are so much slicker.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about how slick y'all can be.
Yeah, we are.
Whew, your boy was hurt a couple times. I done cried in the car. I done called Boots like, I'm a killer. Boots done heard some calls. He's like,
I'm tired of these
he's like, yo, Mel, look, I'm gonna break down this door. Boots, don't do it, Mel. He's like, you or him. He's like, you or him, you are Jaw, you're Jaw's son. Don't do it. I was like, all right, you know what? And there's been times I'm like, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm like, fuck what Boots talking about. I'm about to kill this bitch. But I think that's true. That's a good point you made. Yeah, Steph giving good advice. We might have to have Steph as a regular on BTS. She giving good advice. What would be some advice you would give to the young women now with dating, dating now and like this pool of dating? Do you feel like they should put the eggs in one basket and stick around long enough? Like some women stay in relationships, like I know I did too as a man. Like I stayed in relationships I should have just left once they see that one red flag. You're like, oh no, I can ignore it, and then you see 6 flags.
Right.
What would be some advice for women that are staying in situations?
I would say for one, know your worth. 100% know your worth, because something can be so misled if you don't know your worth. Yeah. Right. Something else I would say is stand on business. Yeah. Standing on business is, you know what you want in a relationship. You know what you don't want in a relationship. If somebody is not bringing whatever you want to the table and you feel like you got to compromise and you feel like, okay, well, this is affecting me, this is affecting my happiness,
leave.
Don't
I
do
feel
it.
that. I feel
Don't
that.
do
I wish
it.
I knew that early on. Like, fuck that. There's 6 million people in this world. We are not about to be tricked
And when
up.
you get too comfortable, I feel like sometimes people be in relationships because they're so comfortable. You know, like you've been there for so long, or that's the only person that you know. You can't step outside of that. Like, nah, there's outside.
Yeah, there's outside.
You understand?
There's
Like, outside.
I think that was what I was scared of in like my old relationship. It's just like I was so comfortable,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to have to get back into learning somebody again.
Right.
Like, there's beauty in that.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
For sure.
You're gonna, it's a learning experience. But after a while, it's just like, do you want to keep learning, or do you want to stand on business and desire what you really want?
Exactly. Stick to your principles too, like you said. Stand on business because you know what you want for yourself, and you shouldn't have to settle. And that leads me to: would you rather respect or loyalty? I want to see how she answers this one.
I would say respect.
And
I say respect because at the end of the day, you don't owe me loyalty, you know, but you're going to respect me as a person.
Okay.
Regardless of what the situation is, you're going to respect me.
I like that.
If you don't want to be loyal to me, that's cool. Go to the next, you know, but you're going to respect me as a person because I know what I do.
Absolutely. I think it's funny you say that. So when I asked that question, I kind of asked it, but I think it's one answer, and it's what you said, respect, because I feel like if somebody respects you automatically,
Right.
they're going to be loyal.
Right.
Because anything other than that is disrespecting you.
Exactly.
So I definitely would take respect too.
Yeah,
Because I think
100%.
if you respect me, loyalty's automatically going to be there because, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to disrespect me. And it even starts with, one thing Boots taught me he's like my therapist. One thing Boots taught me is like, even how people speak to you, it could be as small as just raising your voice, calling you names. That shit starts to add up. And he'll tell you, I had a problem. That was my problem too. I get mad at it. I'm like, fuck this bitch. I tell my like, fuck you, bitch. No, that is not okay.
Yep.
And even when she talks to you, like, you know, fuck you, nigga. Like, that's not okay to talk to
Right,
me. You got to keep your person in that light so that, you know, you guys can
100%.
prosper. Words are powerful.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely.
100%.
What do you think about this DDG situation? Do you know about what's happening to DDG and Halle? And Haley? Is it Haley? Haley Bailey, his baby mother?
Yes, I've seen a little bit on Instagram.
Who you think the monster in this situation? Well, I shouldn't say the monster.
No, you know why? Because that is not my situation. What we see on social media,
can't believe it.
You can't always believe it.
Nice.
I know that I'm guessing because she's a mom, you know, very loving and nurturing. I don't really understand how their situation got to where it is now, but I will say their best advice is to leave all that shit off the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
They got to, because that is a little boy they are affecting.
He's gonna see all that.
You know, like they just thinking about themselves, like, oh, who can do this or who can say that. And in reality, it's just like y'all are really hurting that little boy. Y'all could just co-parent and call it a day. You know, like social media don't need to hear about what's going on and who can't have the kid and who has custody. Like all that's just messy. Because in the real life, y'all was just together. And I don't see how it, like, and y'all got mad money. Like I know money ain't everything, but like it should be so much easier. So much easier.
Like y'all could co-parent. I see people co-parent and they broke as hell and they still make it work. So just relax, please. And speaking on the internet, how do you feel internet has affected dating? Because I feel like it has.
100%. It's so bad. It is so bad. I even was just talking to my homegirl the other day. I'm like, the dating pool is so filled with dirty water.
Yeah.
Just because of what they see. Okay. Yeah. Just because of what they see on social media. Like the guys are trying to keep up with whatever they see on social media. The girls are trying to keep up their bodies, their appearances because of what they see on social media, you know? So it's just like, what are we really about to look like? What are we about to get into? Like,
what's really you guys like morals and base of your relationship?
Yeah.
If everything's followed, I think, you know, what relationships are missing is like there's no God in their relationships anymore. Everything is about keeping up with the Joneses,
of course,
and all that other stuff. I also feel like our parents, you know why the relationships lasted way longer back in the day?
Let me hear it.
No social media. I didn't have to worry about my girl seeing 8,000 different dudes online every day. Like she now the click of a button, she's like, oh, this guy look good.
Yep.
Oh, this guy look good. And the same with the guys. Oh, she look good. The temptation is so crazy.
Yeah, temptation is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But when you said about like there's no God in the center of relationships, I've been in a situation where I'm just like, I'm very God-driven, you know, like my children, my family, whatever. And to ask somebody like, hey, can we pray about this? And to get the reaction of,
they look at you crazy.
What? You want to pray?
Look at you crazy.
Yeah, I want to pray. Because when everything else fails, what are you about to do?
Exactly.
You know?
You
so I'm just like, let's have some faith. Let's bring him into our relationship. But That's why
that's a red flag for me though. I be out.
Yeah.
Once I know that
100%.
you see sinners, right?
Yeah.
Listen, don't open the door. What kind of match? We got purple on shit. We purple gang today.
I got Shmoney Pop on today.
Yes, sir. Hey, whose brand is this? This your brand?
No, I'm a brand ambassador for it.
For it? Okay, so tell us about it.
Shmoney Pop.
Shmoney Pop.
Pretty girls that trap.
Nice.
I've been a brand ambassador for like 4 or 5 years now.
That's fire.
Clothing line. We do the sweatsuits. We do the track suits. We do boutique items.
Nice. I like it's not a baggy look neither. I like that it's it's very nice for the women. Yeah. That's nice. How important is knowing your partner's past? Do you think it's important?
Yes, I do think it's important because then it tells you what spirals into your relationship. So some
like patterns.
people, yes, patterns. Some people have traumatic past where you know trust was broken or you know something happened to them, loyalty, love, whatever. But if I know that in the beginning, then I can tell myself, or I can prepare myself on, okay, is this something that I want to get myself into? Is this something that I can deal with? But if you don't know from the beginning, it's like a slap in your face.
Where that? Who do that? Where they do that at? Yeah.
Dealing with somebody that has like a bad temper, you know, like if you don't know that from the jump,
yeah, that's dangerous. That could be dangerous.
Like that can be crazy. I had a situation where the dude, he was so sweet. He was so sweet, so handsome.
He's crazy.
And he's like, he suffers with like
schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Oh, sorry, I'm on naming shit. I'm diagnosing this.
Not you want me to diagnose the boy.
I'm thinking he's Ted Bundy.
Anger management, and there was something else, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, you should have said this on the first date.
I said, okay, you know, and the thing is, I never got to see it because I already pulled myself back. Like that's all I needed to hear, and I was just like, I'm not dealing with that. Anger management, I'm good. Like,
because you don't know when he can snap.
I don't know when you can snap. So, and the thing is, I would always inquire, like, so what makes you upset? You know, like what makes you tick off or trigger it? And his response was like, I don't know. Sometimes it just happens.
Oh, hell no.
I'm out of here.
Oh, hell no. That's all you got to tell me. You do not got to worry about me.
What are you talking about? You don't know when it happens. I'm like, okay.
Smart decision. Especially if you got kids, you don't want your kids to be.
No.
Anybody that can, and especially as a man, that's one thing I will say to the young fellas. Emotional intelligence is important to develop early on. I could say that it took me a while in my 20s to get that, but now it's not worth it.
And it's Men's Mental Health Month. You know,
shout out Men's Mental.
Okay.
Listen, it's important, fellas. Walk away. It's okay though. Walk away. You're not a bitch. And she calls you whatever you want to go. You walk away. Do not sit there and argue and go. It's peaceful. Just go. Yep. Like listen, I ain't gonna tell too much of my story, but I got cheated on. The last time I got cheated on, I came to the girl's house. She knew I was coming, but she didn't know what time I was coming. I got there. I'm knocking at the door. She's like, I didn't know you was gonna come. I'm like, okay, why are we talking through the door? She did not open the door. Did not open the door.
I'm scared.
Yes, I was scared too. So I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm about to crash. But then I called Boots. Boots like, don't do it. Don't do it. So I didn't do it. You know what I did? I said, you got it. Took my ass, went home. You know what happened the next day? She's trying to get me back. Trying to get me back to this day. So the best advice I get to the young fellas, walk away.
Wow.
Don't crash out. You're more valuable than that.
Yeah.
And I am not the pitch hitter. I know I lay it down, but goddamn, why I gotta be the last nigga? Like, goddamn. My dad said, you're the grand closer. That's goddamn. I just wanted my pajamas.
I just gave him my stuff. That was it.
I got some reindeer pajamas. Like, give my mama pajamas, girl. They on a nightstand. Well, he got them on and shit.
I can't.